let's start the availability group setup. This is the AD controller machine, and in that there is a SQL node 1, node 2, node 3, and Swaraj cluster as we created, right? And yeah, this is the node 2, right? And this is the node 3, correct? And here is the node 1. So right now we are going to focus on a node 1, and here we have to create the availability group setup, correct? So connect to the node 1, and yeah, the authentication, and we given a full rights for the domain user, means Swaraj slash Sagar. Yes. Similarly, we have to connect to the node 2. Yes, and then node 3, means from one machine we can connect to others as well. Okay, and let's here also we created the one shared folder, as you know, means there is a AG, uh, means we have to keep the backup, transaction backup, and log backup, full backup. For that, we created the one folder named as the AG shared folder. Yes, okay, and just minimize it. So right click on it, new availability group wizard, click on the next. Yeah, AVG group, new. Okay, AVG group new, and Windows Server failure cluster we have to mention, and then database level health detection. Then select the database, yes, a testdb, which I already created over here. Means there is only one table as a EMP, and 200 records are inserted in it. And then click on the next. Then yeah, which replica we have to connect to this cluster. So I am connecting to the node 2 and node 3 with user as a Sagares, right? Means whatever the domain user you have, so you can add that. And yeah, node 3 means who is creating that particular setup, so that the user have a good permission, so that means that user can access the servers. Yeah, SQL Server agent as well. And yes, I am making it as a synchronous commit first two, and automatic failure given to the for first one, means first one is failed, then automatically point to the node 2. And synchronous commit and asynchronous commit, two things. Means synchronous means whenever there is a one transaction is coming to the SQL server, at that time it will commit to 1 2 3 and then back, means that is the one flow complete, right? Means that is the synchronous commit. And in terms of the asynchronous commit, means for node 1 it will commit, then after the fraction of second it will commit on a node 2, means it does not wait for the, means it will take the new transaction as well. And yeah, and it will commit then again on a node 3. So that is nothing but the asynchronous commit. And why we are setting up the synchronous commit for the node 1 and node 2? If there is a transaction happen on the node 1, and the same transaction will happen on the synchronous commit on a node 2, right? So in the fraction of second node 1 is down, then we can means automatically that transaction is available on the node 2, means we can get the data. Okay, and readable secondary, yes, no. Okay, so read only intent means all the select related queries are traffic diverted to the SQL node 3. Okay, then endpoints. Here is the URL, means endpoint URL you will get. Yeah, there is a 5022. Don't need to modify anything. But yeah, at the end, you can observe there is a username, means yeah, who is creating that SQL Server service account, right? And here is the NT service slash uh, SQL Server or a MS SQL Server. So that is the default service. If we have to change that, means from particular account we have to connect that service. So you can modify that, and that having the good permission or rights means he can connect to the SQL Server. So I have to show you that query first of all. Set up SQL, and there is one script written means actually that related to the rights. Yes, means I given permission like that particular Swaraj Sagar is he can grant alter any availability group, then connect to the SQL, then view server state. Okay, then backup preferences. Yes, I'm not changing anything. Means prefer the secondary database, secondary server, and listener. Yes, we have to create the listener. So it will means it is the first point of contact. Listener DNS name is the AVG demo. Okay, AVG demo new, and port number is the 1433, and IP address I am assigning as a 10.1.1.17. Okay, means in that range, so we can assign. I will give you the at the end all the IP address list so that you can easily understand. So AG share folder, and we skipped one thing. I think there is a okay, yeah, replicas, read only routing. So yeah, once the setup is completed, we can also um, copy that particular endpoint URL into the here. Means copy its read only writing point of view. Copy. SQL node 3. Okay, availability replicas. Yes, for the node 1, node read only routing. Yes, for same here. Okay, yeah. Click on the next. Yes, and yeah, as I said, there is a shared folder we have to create for the backup, full backup and transactional backup. So we have to give that folder name. And previously there is a network location was yeah, it is succeeded. And yeah, it is the finalized security created. Sorry, script is created, and just click on the finish. Might be you will get some error, but yeah, try it and just when you are adding the machine as a availability group, then you must restart it so that otherwise it will fail in create availability listener or a create availability group. Means there is a from SQL Server configuration manager. I have to show you that. Yes, here SQL Server configuration management. There is SQL service. So we are adding the availability group feature for that particular service. So once that is added, so you must restart it. Yeah, here is the SQL Server services, and in that, right click on it, the properties. Yeah, here is the always on availability groups. Once it is enabled, then you need to restart it, the computer machine. Sorry. Yes. Right now, what it does, yeah, joining the secondary availability replicas, then there is, yeah, means creating the full backup of the test DB where it is creating. So yeah, we created the one shared folder that the first of all backup will create, and yes, if you go on a C drive, then yes, age is shared folder, and in that full backup, and after that transaction log backup will create, and that will be restored on a node 2 and a node 3. Yes, okay. Means this is the backup and transactional log backup. If you see at here, these are the joining, means node 2 is joining, yeah. And if you refresh it, then here you can see the test DB it is restoring and miss initializing. Yeah, got it. The possibility of error is insufficient write, and the restart is required. Means after the availability group, we have to restart. Yeah, that is the only thing. Just refresh it so that you can see TestDB is a proper, yeah, TestDB synchronized, right? And click on, yeah, synchronizing, because it is the asynchronous commit. That's why. And if you go on that dashboard, means of the availability group dashboard, then just click on availability groups, AVG group new, and then show dashboard, and you can see which databases are in a availability group, as well as, yeah, what are the replicas. So you will get good information. And simultaneously, I have to show you one thing, that is the on AD controller machine. Yes, here is the AD controller, right? And here, if you see the computers, so you will get the listener service as well at here. If you refresh it, so Swaraj cluster is nothing but the, yeah, we created the cluster, and this is the AVG demo new, right? For few minutes we created it. Okay, and yes, it will take some for refresh some time, and we created the listener, right? AVG demo new. So we can connect to that as well from here connection, and AVG demo new, because that is the listener, means first point of contact, whatever. And instead of giving the node 1, node 2, node 3, these names to the connect client side, we have to give only the AVG demo, right? Means this is the listener name, so that others connection are pointing this particular server name or listener name, and whatever the who is the primary or a secondary, based on that they can divert the insert update delete query. And some of the select queries means read only routing is configured, then that will be go on a SQL node 3. Here we can connect to the AVG demo new, means it is the listener. I have to, yeah, I am going to show you again AVG demo, and just click on a connect. So whatever the means it is the listener, right? And it contains the uh, this is not the actual server, right? It is just pointing to the node 1 and node 2 is the primary. Based on that the query are diverted, and then once the node 1 is down, though, then at that point node 2 will become as a primary and node 2 as a secondary, as it is. Yeah, and here if you go on a cluster payload cluster manager on the node 1, then you will see, yeah, these are the three nodes, and there is a roles. In that role you will see there is a group name as well as listener name as well. Means what is the availability group name? Yes, there is a, if we see there is a AVG group new, sorry, yes, here you can see, yeah, AVG group new as a group name, uh, AVG name, and then there is a service AVG demo new, it is the listener one, right? I hope you got the complete and clear idea about the, but still practice on it, means make it as a your own setup and do the practice whatever you have to do. And means suppose there is a node 1 is down, then automatically node 2 will off. And one more thing I have to show you is how that transactions are reflected from one database to the other, and third one means there is a node 2 and node 3. So I will show you that. First of all, here is the show the dashboard, and then I'm going to show you here separate connections. Yeah, there is a node 2. This is the dashboard for the availability replica, availability group, and here for node 2 and node 3. Okay, till the time we can click on a new query. Actually, my computer RAM is not sufficient, so it is a slow. If we see performance, yeah, actually it is in the use. Okay, but before few minutes it reached to the 16 gigs. Okay, the target database test DB is a participant in availability group. Okay, with that the data movement suspended. Okay, how to resolve that? Here on dashboard you can see node 1, node 2, node 3 are here, and there is a test DB, and before few seconds we got an warning. So what we have to do is there is a setting is the manual and failure mode is also manual. So right click on the availability group demo, and then yes, first of all I'm minimizing it. Click properties. Okay, and after the means once the availability group is created, then also you can modify the changes whatever you required. Means failure mode automatic. Yes. Means suppose the here is the for secondary as well. I am changing the mode, and then connection on primary allow insert update delete or read write operations only. What operations we have to do? So Yeah, readable secondary, no. Seeding, yes. Automatic, yes. And then, yeah, that's it. Backup preferences, no. Read-only routing, yeah. We are already set up the read-only routing for the SQL Node 3. Click on OK. Yes, right now it is a healthy, and I have to make a query on a Node 2 database. Right click on it, then click on the new query. Yes, you can. The target database is participant availability group. I think we have to refresh the connection, and then data movement is suspended. It's saying okay. What I will do, I will just here disconnect the connection for the SQL node 2 and then adding again. But our dashboard look like a good, yeah, synchronized and all these things. Yes, and if we are going here and yes, then next new query, open the existing script, setup SQL. I I kept one single select query. It's slow. Change the database as a test DB. Right now, what we have to check, we are inserting the some data into the test DB, and that will reflect on the uh, SQL Node 2 and Node 3. Okay, that is the purpose behind of this explanation. And yes, right now we will get 200 records. I'm inserting 100 more. Actually, I created this virtual machine and all this server. That's why it is slow. Otherwise, it is a completely fast. There is a no any nothing problem. Even mouse is also slow. Yeah, in message. Yes. If you can see, there are records are inserting. So yeah, I inserted 100 records, right? And right now this is the oops. Meanwhile, I connected to the node 2 as well. Yes, you can see there are the 300 records. Okay, 300 records you can see. And same query I am going to run on node 2. And yes, there is a one option. If we have to read the data of the secondary, then in availability group, there is a properties. Right click on it, and properties, we have to set it as a yes, means read on uh, readable secondary as a yes. Okay, so that is no, then we can't read. But if we are setting it as a yes, then we can read the data from the secondary database. Okay, then yes, we can see for the node 3, who is the primary server right now? SQL node 1. So it is responsible for the insert, update, delete, all these command. Means DML command, means alter permit, means there is a drop, create, like this. And here we have to check the data for the yes synchronizing, and means we can use this server for the reporting purpose, means node 3. And we can select the data, paste. Yeah, same at here. TempDB is available good, read only, intent only. Yes, so what we have to do, right click on it, properties, and readable secondary as a yes, because these are the second point of contact. We are checking on the node 3, right? 300 rows, 300 and 300, right? If we drop the table from the node 1, so automatically drop from the node 2 and node 3. Means whatever the operations are available, so that will be reflect on the secondary nodes. If SQL node 1 is down, then second means SQL node 2 will become as a primary, and the cluster will remain continue as it is. And once that particular SQL node 1 again off, then it will act as a primary again. And one more thing I have to say, if we have to make it as a same means node 2 as a primary, then click on the start failure wizard, and you can choose the server, means we have to make it as a primary. Okay, click on start failure wizard and then next. Okay, and here you can select the node 2, and it is also saying yeah, there is a no any data loss. Okay, connect it, and you can observe one thing at here, means on a SQL node 1, in bracket they are saying as a primary. For node 2 it will saying as a secondary. Availability groups, Yes, secondary, right? So that is the thing, means who is the primary, who is the secondary, and I'm going to change from primary to secondary. Connect it. Yes, and then click on the next, and yeah, finish. So node 1 as a secondary and node 2 will become a primary. Yes, done. And data here also, dashboard is also not reflected, right? So if we refresh it or close it and then click on, yeah, here you can see there is a primary is came, and I'm going to the main, yeah, avg demo new, and then show dashboard. So you can see primary will be the two. Yes, here you can see node 2 is the secondary, node 2 is the primary right now. Okay. Yeah, means here you can see also SQL node 2 primary, means primary and replica role. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like it, please share it and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much. Bye bye.